What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Modern Warfare video. Today we got some patch notes and some great actual updates to the game. I'm actually super happy. So we got these new 2 free maps which are cool as hell. So we got Shoot House, which is a very small map, kind of like Nuketown in Treyarch series games and stuff, and that is a 6v6 map. And then we also got a ground war map called Krovnik Farmland, which is pretty cool as well. It's always cool to get a new map, but I'm really excited about the Shoot House. It looks cool, it plays fast as hell, and it's just great. And with this update, we got weapon nerfs, we got movement changes, we got a bunch of different things in the game. We got a new game mode like Hardpoint, which is they're gonna throw into the rotation and stuff like that. So Shoot House is one of the new maps, the 6v6, one of the ones that I'm most excited about, and they're gonna have a 24/7 playlist for this of team deathmatch, domination, kill confirmed, and headquarters. I feel like they should have thrown Hardpoint in there since Hardpoint just came out, but whatever, man. Let them do what they gotta do. So this is cool, and this is available to every single person, whether you're on PlayStation, Xbox, or PC. These are available on every single one. So if you guys could drop a like on this video, I'm gonna give you guys all the patch notes and everything. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, and turn on those notifications, and let me know what you guys think of the new update if you've played it yet down in the comments below. So personally, I'm loving it. They changed a bunch of stuff and it feels damn good. Now there is some things before we get into the patch notes that I feel like they should add to the game, which haven't been added yet whatsoever, but those things include stuff like, I don't know, I just feel like the radar needs the red dot. I feel like that needs to be put onto the map. And then I also feel like Dead Silence should have been thrown in as a perk rather than as a field order or anything like that, or an upgrade or whatnot. I just don't like it like that, but whatever. So they fixed a bunch of stuff. Let's get into it. The general things that they fixed are stuff that prevent crashes and stability improvements and all that kind of stuff, and the dev errors. Now unfortunately there are some people still complaining that they're getting these, but they're trying to fix it. There's a few bugs that they fixed as well with some streaks and field upgrades where you guys could actually go out of bounds and stuff. So that's kind of cool that they fixed it. I kind of wish I could go out of bounds. I never saw those bugs in game, but you were able to go out of bounds, and now there's some of them that you can't use anymore. There's a fix for a bug where a player being killed by an enemy with a variable zoom scope would not see the zoom function in the kill cam. So even these little things that I didn't even notice in the game whatsoever, they noticed and they're fixing, which is really good. That's a good sign, and the game's only been out like 2 weeks and we're already on patch update 1.07. Now there's also a fix for Semtex warning being heard at the same volume whether in or outside a building. That I like as well. So now if you ever hear a Semtex, you'll know how close it is by the sound. In headquarters, players were able to place tac inserts and respawn when their team owned the point. So let's say you're playing headquarters, when your team owns the point, once everyone dies you cannot respawn, but there was a glitch where if you put a tac insert down you were able to respawn. They took that out as well. But now let's get to the weapon changes, the buffs and the nerfs. The 725 shotgun got nerfed, thank god, but I'm gonna say it still feels overpowered. You could see this guy getting a 4-man on screen on me and 3 of my teammates right here just sitting in a corner at a pretty good distance. So the 725 shotgun, there's an increase to ADS speed and hip fire spread. So the hip fire spread, the bullets go a little more wider now, and when you ADS it takes a little longer. And they also reduced the damage range, which I personally don't see it. This gun is still over damn powered and they gotta change it big time. The M4A1 also got a nerf, and it says reduced damage range and small recoil increase. It's a very small increase because I didn't notice it whatsoever, at least in game. You guys can watch the gameplay right here. I feel like I have less recoil, to be honest. So assault rifles increased hip spread to reduce effectiveness up close, less damage at long range for full auto 5.56 rifles. So this one, if you're hip firing, you're gonna be missing a little more bullets. It was pretty insane the way it was. SMGs increased movement speed, increased ADS move speed, small reduction in sprint out time. So the SMGs got a huge buff, thank god for that. You can now move faster, you can now ADS faster, and all that kind of stuff. The Uzi, for example, got increased damage range. It felt pretty weak at range, so thank god for that. The Mg34 Lmg increased hip spread, damage range reduction, small ADS slowdown. So that got nerfed, unfortunately. The M91 Lmg increased hip spread, small damage range reduction. That got nerfed as well. The PKM increased hip spread, medium damage range reduction. That as well got nerfed. So the LMGs, I haven't even used these in the game. I haven't even touched them, and they all got nerfed. The pistols increased move speed, reduced sprint out time, increased damage range. crouch and prone no longer adjust recoil. If you went crouch and prone, you could have screwed up your recoil big time, so thank God for that. There's a bunch of things that they're actually fixing in this game. We're gonna skip a few of the non-important ones that pretty much no one notices whatsoever, but I'm really happy about that. There's also a sprint and tactical sprint speeds are now back to the speeds in the beta. So for those of you guys who don't understand what that means, if you didn't play the beta, you missed out, because that was super damn fun. You were able to move around really quickly, your soldier didn't feel super heavy, and now they finally put it back to those speeds. So you guys are going to notice that right away. That's the one thing I noticed when playing this game, is that when I started running around, it felt fast and it felt good. So thank God for that. And yeah, there's also a fix an issue where if multiple personal radars were active on a team and are both marking the same enemy, only one player would see the enemy on the minimap. And I've noticed this one a lot. If you, I even stopped using the personal radars altogether, because every time I called it in, I would not see anyone whatsoever. And I guess that's because of the enemies and stuff like that. They were probably getting pinged by other people on my team as well before me, meaning that my teammates could see them, but I can't, even if I called in a personal radar. Now here's the cool fixes that I like. The Riot Shield. Fix an issue where throwing a knife and thermite weren't causing the shield to go on the player's back when thrown. We've also fixed the issue where explosive splash damage wasn't working consistently. We'll continue to tune the Riot Shield in the future. So if you guys were using the Riot Shield, if you died to it a lot, that's because some dude was using it and he was throwing knifing you and stuff like that, and there's not much you could do about it. The animation would not send the Riot Shield onto his back. You would barely be able to see his hand whatsoever move and stuff, but now every time someone with a Riot Shield decides to throw a throwing knife at you, the Riot Shield goes on his back, giving you enough time to actually shoot the dude. Thank God for that. Claymores. Detonating an enemy claymore with bullets, I was gonna say pellets, is now non-lethal when at full health, so you guys can finally shoot those claymores and not worry about dying. We've also reduced the trigger and damage radius, and also reduced the damage width to better match the trigger width. So they really nerfed the hell out of claymores. You guys can see on screen right here, I tried to kill this dude with a claymore, and it went off, but it barely damaged him whatsoever, so I'm happy with that. Battle chatter. So this is when your characters are talking, I believe. We'll read it. Remove the ability for enemies to hear when they've been called out by the opposing team. We also adjusted the enemy callouts so they are never from your operator. Enemy callouts now use a more restricted cone at the hip and even more restricted in ADS when calculating whether or not to trigger. We'll continue to monitor this and make additional tweaks to battle chatter in future updates. So this one, thank God. Let's say you're sneaking up behind an enemy, your character is gonna scream out enemy in sight or something dumb like that, and now finally the enemies won't be able to hear you calling that out, so you can sneak up on people again. You don't have to worry about them hearing where you're at. Mounting, there's a slight increase to recoil while mounting, thank God, because the recoil control while you were mounted meant that your gun was barely kicking whatsoever and you were able to kill people super easily. There's also updates to perks. There's only one, unfortunately, but it's still good. This is where I was wishing we would see dead silence, but the perk updates, we got EOD now clamps damage to a non-lethal amount, assuming the player is at full health. So if you're running EOD, you guys shouldn't be able to die from those explosives and stuff. They're continuing to update players' visibility in dark windows and dark areas, which I feel like this still needs some work, but thank God we're getting into the better ones right now. So footsteps, we've increased the occlusion percentage to filter footstep sounds behind geometry and adjusted the footstep volume. I'm gonna break this right here and tell you guys that footsteps still sound the same, at least from what I played. I played the game a little bit this morning and stuff, and I still hear footsteps loud as day, especially my soldiers' footsteps. Those are super loud, and I could still clearly hear where enemies are coming from. And yeah, but whatever, they're trying to change it. They're going to continue probably. We have another large footstep change coming in the next update, which will make crouch and ADS movements significantly, wow, that's my word right there, quieter. Stay tuned. So they're going to make it quieter and stuff, but still, while you're standing and running, your footsteps will, it still looks like it'll be the same sound, I should say. So I'm not too crazy about that, but man, just put dead silence as a perk and this fixes everything. That's all you gotta do, man. So challenges, progression, and rank. Daily challenges and active missions are getting a full sweep of testing and fixes. We'll have more updates for these systems in future updates, so thank God for that. So they fix a bunch of stuff like the launchers not giving full XP when shooting down score streaks and stuff. They fix a bug when you're planting or defusing a bomb. In cyber attack and S&D, it wasn't tracking properly as well. So there's all these bug fixes. They fixed the camo solo challenge at killing after reloading. So they upped the time on that, thank God, because I tried that challenge and I think I have 0 kills out of it. You had to reload, and within the second after reloading, you had to get a kill, so they made that a lot faster. And there's a bunch of other fixes as well, like ground war. There's a bug where you would not be able to pick a spawn location, and now allows you to, thank God for that. There was also a bug where if you had attack insert, it will cause players to spawn on the enemy home base. That is fixed as well, and you guys could read all of these right here. I don't play ground war too much, so I don't want to talk about this in case I'm saying something wrong, but you guys could check it out right there. And that is it for the update. I am super happy with this, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Drop a like on this video. I gotta say thank you, Infinity Ward, for getting up on top of this, already at update 1.07, and this is a big one. The next big one, they're gonna be fixing a bunch more stuff as well. Anyways, guys, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Drop a like on this video. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.